Okay, so no notes, no anything for this review on Black Clover. I'm just gonna dive into it, man. So we're gonna be talking about last week's episode, which would have been episode 80, I believe, and this is 81. So I'm upset that I missed last week's episode, but I'm also glad that I got to binge watch at least 2 of the episodes since next week seems as if it's going to be a special. So looking at what happened in this last episode, I think it's absolutely crazy. Think about this. Asta was willing to kill. He was willing to kill. You know, everything Magna, Asta, and Lux said, it was them kind of speaking for one another. And, you know, of course, you have Asta saying, hey, and then you have, of course, Magna saying, try something else, I dare you. And then you have Lux saying, forget the match, we'll kill you. That resonated with me because we've gotten to know these characters. We know Lux a little out there, but whenever someone's speaking for the group, whenever they're putting swords at your throat saying, do something, I will end your life right here, right now, I dare you. That resonates whenever you know who Magna is, whenever you know who Asta is, especially, and a little less on Luck. But we see how all these characters kind of, and I do like this in a way, all these characters have somewhat similar kind of bring-ups, right? Either the mom or the dad didn't love them, or both. They have a lot of parental issues. And I like how all of them are each a little bit different. You know, of course, Lux's mom was scared of him because of his own power, his weird tendencies, his weird nature. He's just a weird child. We look at someone like Vanessa. She was abused by her mother, the Queen of Witches, due to the fact that she was isolated. She was forced to live an isolated life. She wasn't treated like a true, someone would truly treat their daughter. We take a look at, let's just take a look at Zora, the guy who's pretending to be Xerxes. You know, he's someone that had a great father. But the Black Bulls turned their back, or not the Black Bulls, but the Magic Knights turned their back and killed his father. That's shitty, and I want to dive into that. Hopefully I don't forget, but moving on to my main point still on the topic at hand, let's take a look at Finral. I mean, Finral's parents, they reminded me of a lot of things we've kind of seen maybe recently in some anime. You know, I'm talking about within the past couple seasons. We have a superiority and an inferiority complex, right? It's like Bakugo and the Deku relationship is really what I'm getting at here. There's a couple of things that I could, kind of bleed into the whole My Hero Academia sphere, world. So let me hop into that really quick for you and explain what I mean by that. So looking at Finral and of course Longros's relationship, it's a superiority inferiority complex. So we have like Deku and Bakugo. That's the relationship. So for a long while, you see not Longros, but Finral looking up to Longros in a way, saying, yeah, he's talented, all this kind of stuff. We see that, yeah, obviously he admires him. Look at him. He's super talented with his magic. And then every time he's nice to him, due to the fact that his parents always talked him up, a.k.a. Bakugo's friends in My Hero Academia, always talked him up. Anytime someone doesn't talk him up, but instead talks to him on an even level playing field, he's going to feel as if he's getting viewed as an equal. Why are you viewing me as an equal to you when all you've done is talk to me up prior to this? Whenever everyone else is saying how great I am, why are you not saying how great I am? Instead, you're just saying, hey, come hang out with your big brother. Hey, let's go do stuff. Hey, I am your big brother after all. I'm the one who's stronger than you. Why are you trying to protect me? Don't act like you're even on my even level when everyone's talking me up. And that makes it inferiority complex. If you're not ever treated like an equal, and then someone actually finally treats you like an equal, it's going to be kind of weird, depending on how you are brought up, right? And looking at, of course, Xerxes and/or Zora, he is Stain. That's who he is. Zora is Stain from My Hero Academia. He's here clearly to prove a point that Magic Knights are not what they're supposed to be. The morals that Zora's father felt as if his father had, the morals he projected onto the Black Bulls, or I keep saying Black Bulls, but the Magic Knights in general, is the fact that he viewed the Magic Knights as people who protected the people. They're just so selfless, no selfishness at all. And we get to see that, hey, no, it's just like My Academia. All heroes don't just, yes, they save people. They do terrific deeds, but is it for the fame? Is it for the fortune? Why are they really doing this? It should be a totally selfless act. And we see that Magic Knights do it for the fame, Do it for some of the money. It's not always about them being selfless. A lot of times it's about them being selfish. And I appreciate that flashback. Once again, Black Clover continues to impress me in the ways in which it writes its characters. And characters drive a story. And Black Clover's doing as good as really any long-running series I've seen when it comes to giving characters characterization. We got Finrals characterization multiple times. They don't just do it once and say, here, we did it. We kind of covered our fundamentals of writing. There. We don't need to go back into it. No, they're like, hey, we covered our bases, but let's go back into our bases and expand these characters. Let's add more layers to these characters. And I like that, We got Magna, we got Finral, we have Longress's perspective, we got Vanessa's perspective on a lot of things, And that was all done, besides Vanessa, that was all done just now in the last 3 episodes. Forget it, what about Veto? When we fought them? Finral got even more characterization then. Vanessa got even more characterization then. Noelle got characterization then. Then Noelle even got some more characterization whenever she fought this arc. They don't stop adding to the characters. And at the end of the day, guys, if you don't have a good cast, it doesn't matter how good your plot and or premise is. No one cares. No one wants to follow a story about characters they don't like. And you can follow a likable personality, but you may not like the show as much as you could if you're truly, truly, truly invested in a character. You can be invested in a character, and there's levels to that. There's the semi-interest, there's interest, and then there's an extreme interest and connection. And I love how Black Clover is continuing to do that. So it looks like a special next week, which really sucks. Maybe they're looking to add some crazy animation. That would be awesome. We see Asa's about to use that demon form, but he's not going to be able to use it in the finals. So I could very well see Asa losing in the finals to would not be surprised at all. It's a Sasuke Naruto-esque kind of relationship, and I can see the writing kind of doing the same since the context of the two characters' relationship is very similar. Asa's using his power now, and he knows he can only use it twice, unless there's somehow he can find a way to use it a third time. So I think Asa's going to lose in the finals. That's just my 2 cents, but I think he'll win now against. Of course, I think he's going to win against, Longress, Finral's brother, but I do not think he'll beat, his team in the finals. So, as always, guys, I'll see you guys next time. Sure leave a like, comment, subscribe. From Twitter X25. Peace. Thanks for watching, guys.